What's going on, y'all? Gonzo's Convos, Season 5, Episode 13. Today I have, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Amy.
Okay. And what is it that you do?
I'm a nail technician.
No tech. What got you into doing that?
Um, Pretty much just my family knowing other people who own. I mean, I'm Vietnamese, so every Vietnamese person does nails.
Really? Like that's like the culture or part of the culture?
Pretty much. Yeah. If you're Vietnamese and you're living in America, you either work in a restaurant, you own an Asian market, or you do nails. Or if you're smart, become a doctor or whatever.
Right, right. So was it like you had a parent or someone that raised you that did nails first and then that's what really got you into doing it?
Um, it's like one of my mom's friends. She had owned a nail salon, and as soon as I graduated high school, my mom told me to go check it out and go try it out, and I've
Right.
been doing it since then.
Okay, there you go. And how long you been doing it for now?
10 years.
10 years?
Mm.
So you thinking about like opening up your own nail salon shop?
I thought about it, but I don't really want to. It's kind of a lot of work.
I
You
feel
have to
like
like
yeah,
you have to sacrifice so much time to do open up a business.
yeah, and then I feel like you got to worry more about the admin part versus actually doing the nails type of deal.
Well, my boss owns a nail salon. I mean, my old boss did, and I think she owned like three, and she pretty much had like other people run the business, and then she would just take off and do whatever she wanted to. But she never had time to for herself, so I saw that, and I didn't want to do that. I'd rather just be, just making my own schedule. I don't want to be too busy for anything else like family.
Right. So I can tell you personally, like I go to get like pedicures and stuff 'cause I like to take care of myself, head to toe. But I don't like the feeling like when they're like scrubbing the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that.
You can just do that by yourself in your own shower. Like if you don't want that to, like if you don't want to do that, then you can just go get like one of those things at the store and just do it yourself. And then when you go get a pedicure, just tell them like I just want to skip that part.
Right. But like, so you know how like that part's like, or other parts too are like real, they make you real ticklish type of deal. Have you ever
Yeah,
had like a? Because I don't know if you do that part too, but I don't know if you've ever had a customer that starts kicking and stuff like that.
I have. Yeah,
Where
I
so
tell
how do you usually like deal with that?
um I have to be like really strong to hold them down. First of all, if they
Yeah.
can't handle it, then I'm not gonna do it. Like
Right.
if they're gonna kick me, then I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah. I
But
mean,
I
don't they tell you ahead of time though too? Like I might kick.
Some people do, yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
I don't know. I just kind of like back up a little bit so that my head's not in the way. I've been
Right.
almost kicked a few times. There's been a lot of horror stories that I can tell you, but I don't really want to get into that.
Oh geez. But so the moral of the story is pedicures are harder than manicures, I imagine.
um, I mean, it depends on what you know how to do. There's like some people who know how to do certain things. Like I know how to do everything.
Mm.
So when I first started, I didn't know how to do everything. I started off with doing toes and then just regular manicures. And then as time went by, the more I practiced, the more I knew. So now I barely do pedicures. I mostly just do like, fake nails, acrylic powder, dip powder.
Yeah.
But I feel like it it's like labor is tougher doing pedicures because of how heavy people can be.
Right.
So like when a bigger person comes in, it's a lot more work.
What do you mean like bigger?
like like heavy person, like
Like
their
heavy set?
feet.
Oh,
Yeah. No, I mean,
man.
not gonna lie.
I didn't know that they would be hard. I figured like they would be easier. I don't know why.
It's hard. A lot of people when they go into the nail salon and they sit down in a pedicure spot, they think, oh, it's a luxury thing. I can just like relax, but they start to get lazy. They don't lift their own foot up. It's a lot harder to manipulate their legs and move it around the way you want it to, and it's harder whenever they don't do it for you.
Yeah, I can see that. So I've also noticed the super long nails are like not so big anymore. It's mainly like mid size to smaller type
I
deal.
have long nails.
No, I mean
No,
like, like long,
super
like
long.
yeah,
It depends on what area you're in. Like in the big cities, I used to live in Nashville. A lot of girls like to have long nails, but if you're in a more smaller town, then yeah, I don't know. It really depends on what town you're in.
yeah. I'm in El Paso, so it's like a city, but not as big of a city as like Dallas or Houston. But I mainly see females that have probably the same size you have.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess that plays some type of role. I don't know, but I figured it was kind of just going away because a lot of people are like, "Nah, I can't really function like that." You know what I mean?
um, it really depends on where you're at. I do a lot of long nails just as much as I do short nails.
Really? You do like a lot of the gems and stuff, like put the diamonds and stuff on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be hard as fuck to do. I don't know why. I've never tried to do nails, so I figured all of that would be hard to do.
It really just takes practice. Like over COVID, we didn't work for like 6 weeks, right? I had to take home my stuff and then do my nails at home. And then a lot of people found out in like the apartment I lived in, they found out that I had my stuff with me, so they would pay me to get their nails done over at their place.
Oh, okay.
So I had a lot of practice doing my own hands during COVID. So now I know I do my own hands left and right.
Oh, okay. You just do it. I don't. I feel like that's hard too. I don't know. I mean, I might try just to see how hard it is. Like trying on somebody. I don't know. But it seems interesting to learn. And you could probably make good money just by doing it. Like having people come to your place or doing outgoing type appointments or some shit. You know.
Yeah, I'd rather do it in a shop though, because the smell is like awful.
I wouldn't say it's awful.
It
It's
is awful. I do nails every day, all day, and it stinks. I don't
really.
like the smell. Yeah.
What is the smell? Is it the nails or what is it?
So there's this liquid, the purple liquid that you dip your brush in and to make the acrylic powder. It's called
Yeah.
monotone, and it has like really toxic chemicals in it. And I be
Oh,
breathing in it all day, and I be getting sick. And then some people are allergic to it, so their face breaks out. That's why we wear masks and all that.
oh, okay. Damn, I didn't know that. Usually, I guess I can't smell it as bad because I'm in the pedicure seat, so it's just kind of there.
Yeah, it's
I
like
never
right
knew
underneath
that.
my nose.
Yeah, probably makes your eyes water and shit too. I
It
imagine.
does. It
Yeah.
really does.
So going into the topic at hand, talking about the generation we live in today. Overall, what are your opinions on it?
So I saw this video yesterday. Um, there's like this Gen Z, and then there's millennial, and then
Yeah.
there's somebody saying that they're in between called zillennial. Have you heard of that?
So who would be no, but who would be considered in the middle between?
So I gotta remember. So like they were talking about how they were up to mainstream with Gen Z, and then the millennials, they remember like going into internet. So like in between would be like 2000, no, it'd be like 1994 to like 2004 would be a zillennial.
What the fuck? So I guess I'm a zillennial.
Yeah, that's what I thought so too. Cause like, I mean, I'm 28 and I try to like keep up, and it's hard sometimes, but I'm like damn near 30 and I don't look like it. So
Nah, you
I
look
don't
like
know.
you're my age, to be honest.
How old are you?
21.
No way.
Yeah, yeah. How old do you think I was?
I don't know. Maybe like 25.
Why do people think I'm older? Do I look older?
I think it's, like, not gonna lie. I think it's because, like, you have this, like, podcast or whatever. A
Right.
lot of people your age don't be doing stuff like this. Like, they are still kind of, not gonna lie, like, they're still at home with their moms or not working or whatever. You know what I mean?
I'd hope
So
not.
maybe you hold yourself, like, presentable or responsible. I'm not sure. That's just how I've kind of judged you from so far.
Okay. I mean, I try my best to be for sure. I left my parents home when I was 18. You know what I'm saying? That's because my parents are like, look, 18, you got to go. So I was like, all right.
Yeah, same here. Yeah.
I know a
But
lot of people that actually are like my age that are still living with their parents, and I'm like, when y'all gonna move out, get your own place type deal.
I
Cause
mean, I moved out when I was 18, and then I moved back in when I was 21.
right.
Then I moved out again, and then moved back in, and then moved out again, and moved back in, and moved out. Like, it was kind of, I mean, I've had like two kids since I was 21, and it was
Mhm.
like kind of a roller coaster. I've been in and out of like the state where I live in and lived in two different other states. And then that was the reason why I had to move it back in with my mom, because I moved out of state, then moved back in, and she helped me get back on my feet. And then, you
Yeah.
know, that sort of thing happens.
Yeah, that's kind of like my boat. Like they wanted me out to be on my own, but they still, will call and still will help out if need be, type deal. You know,
Hmm.
if need be. But yeah, I had to get out at 18, and the rest of my homies were still in the same neighborhood, same parents, everything, same house. I'm like, damn, it's crazy. I'm like one of the only
Yeah.
ones that feel like they had to leave so early, but it's fine. But going back to the generation talk, as far as like the way people socialize, the way people have relationships, do you feel like that's a downward spiral that we're heading into?
Um, it kind of is, in my opinion. These days is a lot harder to kind of genuinely date some people.
Right.
If you're looking more for a serious type relationship, for me, it has been tough because I feel like some people view me as baggage having two kids, which I don't feel like is baggage, but that's what a lot of people would say. Um, so uh, I tried to like talk to younger guys, and to me, I don't really like talking to younger guys because they kind of see me for one thing or a few things. Like, not gonna lie, like a lot of people see me as like a sex object, or like for money because I'm a little bit older, I'm a little bit more responsible, and I have structure. I mean, I have to have money, I have kids,
Yeah.
and it's really hard dating these days because a lot of people these days want to use other people for their benefit.
Right.
But I have people like I have a younger brother who is like 10 years younger than me, and I've been thinking about this podcast for the last like week or so, and I don't feel like not everybody is bad, as in this generation or the younger generation. Like my
Right.
younger brother gives me hope. He's really kind-hearted, hardworking, like pure intention type, and I don't feel like he's as bad as some people think that they could be. Like people my generation, zillennial, like it really depends on like where we grew up and like how we grew up, who raised us. So I'm not really wanting to come on here and bash on zillennials like a lot of people do. I don't know. It's just I think it's kind of wrong, you know. It really
Like,
depends on their
like,
situation.
like you're saying, it's wrong to bash on it a little bit.
Yeah, cuz I feel like the older generation, what are they called? Like the old people. I feel like their
I'm not even
generation
familiar with
got
the terms.
fucked.
I'm not even familiar with the terms, to be honest with you. I only know
Like
Gen Z and
boomers.
Millennial. Yeah.
I don't know. So I feel like the older generation was really. I know that they got like the best of both worlds, like before, like electronics, internet, and then now.
Right.
But I feel like they got fucked in their generation because like I feel like kids. I have kids and they're so fucking smart, and I think it's all because of internet and technology
Right.
and people like my grandma. I look at my grandma. She grew up in the jungles in Vietnam, and she come over to America for like 30 some years. She's still living like she's in poverty, like she's poor. Like I'm like, grandma, we have a nice house, we have all this money. Why are you still living like you gotta recycle or you gotta do this and this and this? Like you don't have to do that, you don't have to live that way. And I feel like they're so stuck in the past that they think that it's still like that today. And
Right.
I feel like older people, like some people, man, I feel like we're getting to a rabbit hole. I feel like
You're good. You're good.
older people don't know how to like do certain things. Like I see the way they drive versus young people. You know what I mean? Like I feel really
Yeah.
blessed to be born during this time because, I can drive pretty well. When I see my mom drive, I'd be so scared. I'd be so scared.
I feel you.
So,
So I can tell you this, right? I could tell you there's pros and cons to growing up in this generation or being around this generation. The pros obviously being the technology we have, the things that kids learn these days. You know that's a pro. I feel like kids are definitely smarter. I mean, my siblings are probably smarter than I ever was. Um, Now, I just feel like the cons is, like I said, the way people socialize, the way people date nowadays. People don't really go on dates that much. You know what I'm saying? But just like there's pros and cons in this era, there were pros and cons before as well. You know, the cons being the technology, but the pros being the, hey, people actually went on dates. People actually went face to face and talked to each other. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's pros and cons with whatever era you live in. But as of now, the cons are the way people socialize.
yeah, in that aspect, yeah, I feel like it's been a little tough. I think it's because like of my age. I'm more old style, so like talking to guys that are younger than me, I don't really prefer that because they don't have everything set in stone for them, so they don't have like the proper ways to ask girls out on a date. Um, I really hate that for them, but it's
They'd rather text you to ask you on the date instead of just
yeah, it's
verbally
kind of
saying it.
sad. Yeah, I really don't like how
Which
young men.
that's why I feel like I don't really fit in this generation because I'll still go face to face and like say stuff like that. I won't. Well, I don't want to rely on technology to help me with my social game. Like that's not a way to go. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but then again, like technology does help you out though. Like reach out a little bit more. Like this I mean,
Maybe
I
for
could
after.
I could go out every night here in my town and try to meet every single guy, but like if they don't come out, then I'm not going to know who they are. And I meet more guys in my phone and meet up with them in person than I do actually going out.
Right, but
So it kind of
when you're meeting the guys, like you're still talking face to face type deal, right?
I like to, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, so that could be a help to lead up to that. I'm just saying, like, not relying on it to where you're just specifically doing that and you're not really having enough face to face time. That's what
Mhm. Yeah, actually I was in college like a couple years ago,
yeah,
and I was writing on a paper about how technology has either benefited or not benefited society. And it was really hard writing that paper, but overall, I think it's your perspective, but I feel like internet has really helped out more. But a lot of the cons would be like social bullying or like a lot of bad things like sex trafficking or things like
yeah,
that.
yeah. Like the dating, like what you see in the dating apps or what you hear about in the dating apps type of deal. Um,
Hmm.
I don't know. I just feel like dating apps in general are just not a way to go either. You know what I mean? Because I feel like people don't really use that for dating either. Like they use that just to go have meetups and then they're on to
Hook
the
up.
next person. Yeah, then they're on to the next.
Yeah. Yeah, for real. I actually had to delete most of mine recently because I felt like it was going nowhere.
Right. I barely used them, but when I did, I didn't really see like what I liked, if that made sense. Like, cause I
Really?
feel like there's a lot of potential people out there. Like they look good and they know it, but at the same time, they use it for the wrong reason. They use
Yeah.
it to get more validation or for the hookups, but they don't use it to actually find themselves a nice person. You know what I mean? Or what they're looking for.
Yeah, I think that for a while I probably did use like those dating apps for the wrong reasons. Like some days I would feel lonely, and if I go on those dating apps, then I know that I have a few people trying to talk to me, and that would like fulfill my time, just seeing that somebody would like to actually talk to me.
Yeah,
Whereas in the real life, I don't really have anybody to talk to. I would just go on the app and just to fill time, just to seek for like temporary, um, what was it, attention.
right. I mean, do you still go out on in the nightlife? You know, like you still go to bars and all that type of stuff.
I do, but I nowadays. my life has been so complicated lately. I only go out now just to hang out with my best friend or to just I have a hobby. I shoot pool all the time. And I
Word.
just
I've
mostly
been trying to
I
get better
mostly
at
do
pool.
that. Do what?
I said I like shooting pool. I've been trying to get better at it though.
Yeah. I've been thinking about joining a league, but then there's like creepy ass men on there in there, so I don't really want to. But I've been playing now for like a little over a year. I'd be going almost every day. Me and my best friend, we started playing at the same time. We didn't know shit when we first started, but now we're getting pretty good. And we go out like, here and there. And then some people would ask us to play teams and, ask us to play certain games. We're like, yeah, we know that game. And they're like, oh, that's what's up. I'm like glad you guys know what that means. I don't have to like tell you the rules and shit. I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
So I be going out just to shoot pool. I don't even drink anymore, honestly. I'm on probation, so I can't. So,
that's good. I still do.
but
Here
I
and there.
still, I still go out though.
Mhm. I think the only two pool games I know is regular eight ball, and then I know how to play Puerto Rican rules. I don't know if you ever played that.
What's that?
Puerto Rican rules. So basically, let's say you made all the balls in, you gotta hit the cute or you gotta hit the eight ball in. But the last pocket where you made your like whether you were solid or stripes, the last pocket you made your ball in, you gotta hit the eight ball in that same pocket.
Oh,
And
oh,
harder, yeah,
I want to try that.
yeah. So
It's
it's
called Puerto Rican.
I
eh,
I don't know the exact name for it, but I just called it Puerto Rican pool. Like one of my Puerto Rican homies showed me that. Yeah,
Okay. Oh, okay. I'm gonna have to try that.
yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, I know like cutthroat, and I know diamond, and then regular eight ball, and that's it.
Then there's something called nine ball, which I'm like, fuck that. I've never played that.
I'm pretty sure that's called diamond too, isn't
I have no,
it?
I have no clue. I just play for
But yeah.
fun. I've never played for money or anything. I feel like when there's money on the line, then I'm gonna take it so serious to where like if I'm losing, I might start some shit. So no, no.
I think it would be fun to bet money. I've never done that before, but I feel like, if you're with a group of people and you chime in like $5, that would be hella fun.
Okay, yeah, that wouldn't be bad. I'm talking like you put 50 on the line, then like 100.
uh, I'm not much of a gambler, so I can't do that.
No, I try to stay away from gambling. Fuck that.
Mm-mm.
I thought about doing like sports betting, but I don't know. I don't know yet. I don't know if you're into sports like that.
Nope. A lot of my passwords to my social media is I'm not a sports fan. So,
That's funny. So the exact opposite.
yeah, I didn't grow up like watching sports. I'm more of like into, I was more like, I was really like sick growing up as a kid. So I stayed inside and I leaned more towards arts and stuff like that and played like classical piano for a long time and all that stuff. So
Which guessing that explains the tattoos and stuff like that, right?
tattoos, I don't know. It's just something that I've wanted to do for a long time and I have the money, so I just yeah.
I like the one right there. That's you're the first person I've ever seen with
Really?
you right there. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I only have my sleeve and then like one chest piece, but that's it. And I want to get both sides of my neck at some point. But
Yeah.
right here, I don't know. I feel like that would. I don't know. Did that hurt?
Not gonna lie, I wasn't completely sober, so I don't remember.
Yo, don't they say those are like the regret tattoos?
No, I love it. So more about me. I'm actually a recovering addict.
Hmm.
Uh, so I was on a lot of bad things back then. But when I got this tattoo, I saw this girl in like a TikTok, and she was not covered in tattoos. Like she was wearing a tank top and shorts. You didn't see any tattoos on her. And out of nowhere, she started laughing. But when she was laughing, she was like laughing like that. She backed her head up, and I saw that. I was like, "Damn, that is so sexy." So I finally got it, and then one day I went to a restaurant. I saw one other person have a tattoo like right here, but it was like a tribal looking thing. She looked like she was Native American, so it felt like must have been her culture.
Yeah.
But I haven't seen very many people have one like right here. And back then, I was like super skinny. I was really skinny, so you couldn't see it. That's why I wanted it, unless like I turned my head. But now I gained some weight after recovery time, and you can really see it. But
Stop. You still look skinny.
oh, thank you, I appreciate it.
Just spit. Just that's the truth. But yeah, tattoos. I've always wanted like a tattoo. You know what I'm saying? Ever since I was 18. So when that age came, I got my first one. Then I got my sleeve done and the chest, and I was like, fuck. What am I gonna get next? You know. So I just
I
I
have a whole list. I don't think I'm ever gonna stop. I feel like I want my whole body tatted.
like the whole face too. Everything.
I do like I want like at least like have do you watch Naruto?
Yeah.
You know Gara, the redhead guy? He has a tattoo right here and it's red. It says love in Japanese. I really want it done right
You
there.
want to get that right there? I've seen
Yeah.
those. I've seen the above the eyebrow tattoos. I don't think I'll ever tap my face though. Probably not.
No,
Nah.
not for work. I mean, I do nails, so I can get away with a lot of stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I don't know. I don't think I got the face for face tats. If that
It's
makes sense.
it's all depending on you. I feel like you might, but
Nah, I'm gonna stick to the both sides of my neck. Then we're gonna call that shit a day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm probably not even
yeah.
gonna get my legs tattooed either. Like, fuck
I
that.
actually don't have my legs tattoo. I feel like that would be so painful.
Yeah,
I think
no,
I think
they
I would actually get some numbing cream, and I've
like
never used numbing cream.
I could tell you the back hurts. I saw because I was in a session. I saw a female getting like trying to get a full back. She only got the top part done before she was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna come in another day. Like this is too."
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
I
we'll
have
see.
some of my back done, but not down below. Okay, so like my mom when she found out I got my first tattoo, she like disowned me cuz you know how like I don't know if you know about Asian parents, but like maybe
Of course, my mom's half Japanese.
yeah, but does she like speak fluent Japanese?
Nah, she's very Americanized, but she keeps those same customs. Like when I walk in the house with my shoes on, she's like, "Take them shits off," you
Yeah, I
know,
be telling my
stuff like
friends too,
that.
like, are you walking on my carpet with shoes on? I yelled at them the other day for that. But yeah,
Yeah.
like my mom, when she found out I got my first tattoo, she was livid. And she like, I kept adding more to it, like, until I got my whole full sleeve. But every time she would see more, she'd be like, you're a disgrace, I don't love you anymore. You're not my daughter anymore. She'd be saying stuff like that. But then she'd take me right back. But
Yeah,
like when my brother got his sleeve done, she didn't say nothing. So like I really hate how like Asian culture they want their girls, their daughters to have like this perfect image. And I'm like I can't do it. I live in
it
America.
seems like
Like
it seems like in Asian culture that the female like they're more strict on the females than they are the males.
no, they are for real. Like I could do the same thing that my brothers do. They're younger than me, and my mom would not be proud, but she'd be so proud of them. And I could accomplish way more than them, and she wouldn't say shit. So it's
Right.
like it's really tough being an Asian girl in an Asian household. It's so tough.
I could tell you it's tough being the oldest in a Chicano household. I don't know if you're familiar with the term what Chicano is. That's basically Mexican American, another term for that. So we have
Yeah,
our own type of culture because we're too Mexican for Americans, but we're too American for Mexicans. Does that make sense? So
yeah,
growing up in that culture, the oldest usually is the one that gets bashed for everything. You know what I'm saying? Gets blamed for everything, kind of like the black sheep. And
yeah.
so I'm the oldest of my siblings. So and pretty much for the
You
longest
get
time,
blamed for everything, huh?
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, I
it's all
do.
your fault. When
I
your
still
little
do
sibling gets
sometimes.
in trouble, your mom calls you like, "Why'd your brother or sister do this? It's all your fault." See, I'd be getting those phone calls too.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm also pretty much the oldest of my cousins. Like I have two older cousins, but they don't really know all of us that well, just because they didn't have their dad in their life. So
Mm,
me pretty much taking on that role, I'm the blame for pretty much everything. I mean,
yeah.
along with immediate family and everything. So I'm like, fuck, I'm used to it
So what
now.
do you be doing? Do you just like, how do you solve the problem?
I There's really no solving it. You just gotta be like, all right, my fault.
You just take the blame for it.
Yeah, because if you're the type that says like I didn't do that or whatever, like you can do that, but it's not gonna be enough to convince them if that makes sense.
See, like, yeah, I'm the oldest out of all of my cousins too. They just actually migrated over to America this year.
Oh really?
Yeah, so like I haven't really mingled with my cousins like that because they don't really know English. But I have to, like, when they first moved over here, I had to show them around a little bit. Make them feel comfortable, teach them a few things.
Right.
So yes, it really is tough being the oldest.
Yeah. And then they look at you like you should be a perfect example for everybody else. And when they say perfect, they mean perfect.
Yeah, it it's not possible, but
Nah. But either way, I mean, it's not like it happens all the time, but when shit goes down, that's when it happens.
mhm.
Type of
At
deal.
least we looked at. I mean, I feel like at least they think that we're reliable enough to like hit up and depend on. I feel
Which
like if they couldn't do that, then I'm not really doing anything right.
true, but I mean, with you being reliable, you don't really want to make that a habit. If that makes sense, because then they're gonna start relying on you too much, and now you gotta,
Yeah,
and
that's
now
true.
they expect you to do whatever they need you to do.
Yeah, they need to grow up sometime and figure it out themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, they don't they don't rely on me for too much. They'll give me like small shit, and I'm like, all right, I got you. But other than that, no big shit, nothing else.
So, what are your views on this generation? What do you think? I haven't really watched all of your other podcasts, but
So, like I said before, um, with this era, this generation, I feel like the way we use technology and the way we're continuing to use technology is definitely a pro. I like it. I think that's really cool because it allows people to get creative. And as you can see, you see people getting creative on TikTok, on Instagram. People are making money doing pretty much anything at this point, but getting creative with it. The only thing I don't like I said, is just the way people have relationships, the way people date, the way people socialize. It's all it's all relied on technology. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
That's why, like, when you do go out in the nightlife, you don't really see a lot of dudes walking up to females, and vice versa. Well, you probably never seen that. That's probably pretty rare, but you don't really see that often when you go out. So it's like, what the fuck are we doing here? And people are just relying on technology. That's all I'm saying.
I
That's the
mean,
thing.
so like I had like a coworker. He's here in America,
Hmm.
but his girlfriend's over in Vietnam, and they need their phone to have a relationship. And now she's over here in America, and they're married.
Right.
So I feel like
But
technology could help in that way.
with long distance, and if you can do long distance, sure, more power to you. But what my love language is, nah, I can never do long distance. At least not again, because I did try that once and that was terrible. So
Yeah.
nah, no long
I tried
distance.
it too, and that's why I moved out of Missouri to the other states I lived in to be with them. And yeah, I did that a couple times. It didn't really work out, and that's why I'm back here at home.
So you went there and then went back to Missouri.
Yeah, so like the first time I wasn't ever in a serious relationship, long distance. I moved to South Carolina. They actually moved here over here to be with me, and it didn't really seem like what they wanted, so I moved over there to be with them. Stayed there for about a year. Didn't really like what I want. Like I didn't really like it over there, so I moved back to Missouri. And then the second time I tried it, I went to Nashville to be with them. Stayed there for a couple years, and things didn't work out between us, so I went back to
So
back home.
so what do you mean, like, what things didn't work out type deal? Like cheating involved type deal, or
Yeah, there was cheating involved and a lot of abuse, stuff like that.
okay. See, that's another issue in this generation, is cheating is not so looked down upon for some reason. Like, it is, but at the same time it's not. Because I feel like the same people that say, like, oh, cheating is terrible, whatever, like, you should never do it. Those same people, I feel like when they get cheated on, they're quick to do it back, and create this domino effect of cheating that goes on. So
Yeah,
cheating, I feel like cheating is definitely a big issue in this generation.
it is, but I feel like it's always been like that. It's always been like,
I feel like it's always been a thing, but it hasn't been as big of an issue as it is now.
yeah, it's a lot easier to cheat nowadays on the phone.
Yeah, yeah. The dating apps, social media.
Yeah.
easy for people to just go and talk to anybody. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Versus like back in the 90s before technology and all that shit, they actually had to know somebody to cheat on that person with. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And somehow spark up that type of conversation, which it probably wasn't difficult then for them because they're used to that. But now, like let's say technology had a shutdown, I bet you're gonna see cheating go down. I
Oh,
bet
you
you.
think so?
I bet you.
Yeah, you might be right.
Like
Probably. Because
definitely.
a lot of people don't want to step out the house these days. But
That's what I'm saying. People don't want that face to face interaction, so they gotta re get used to that. So if
mm,
technology were to shut down, they gotta re get used to that, and it's gonna
that
take
would
time.
be an interesting world, though. I mean, I remember when I was little, but like not as an adult.
I think it would be interesting. Like if tomorrow all Wi-Fi, all internet, everything, technology just shut down, I would love to see how the world reacts to this.
Yeah, it'd be like the Hunger Games type shit.
You said the Hunger Games. The Hunger Games is trippy, dude. I don't know if you saw the last movie,
Yeah,
but
there's a new one coming out next year, I think.
already,
Yeah, I just went to the movie theaters last week to watch this anime movie called The Boar and the Heron, and there's a preview for the new Hunger Games coming out.
which one you talking about?
I don't know what it's called. I'm not really into it. I just know that there's a new one coming out.
Because I know there's a new one already out. Like I went and saw that a couple
Just
weeks ago.
now?
Not just now, but like a couple weeks ago.
What is it called?
The Ballad of Songbirds or some shit like that.
Really?
Something like that, yeah. That might be the one you're talking about. Because that one that one's already out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you just saw that. How was it?
Like I said, it was good. It's interesting. Those movies are interesting. They're just trippy.
Are they?
Yeah, because they're supposed to be like futuristic, but at the same time, it doesn't look that futuristic.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? So it looks like a fucking post-apocalyptic type world. Like, I don't know, but I feel like they're good movies.
What else do you be watching?
Anything that looks interesting, shit.
Just
I like
anything cool looking?
so like I'm assuming you love anime, so I've gotten into some animes, but not all of them. Like Tokyo Ghoul is probably one of my number one animes, but
Do you
Attack on
follow the manga?
huh?
Do you follow the manga? Like, do
Mm,
you read it?
no.
Man, I don't like the anime because they don't follow the book. Like, it doesn't go with the book at
So
all.
every anime series, there's a book about it first.
Pretty much.
Hmm, interesting. Like I was
You
never
don't know much about your culture? I mean, it's
nah,
a
because
Japanese thing.
I grew up around Mexicans mostly. I grew up around Chicano culture. Most of
Oh,
that.
okay.
You know what I'm saying? I don't really know too much about my Japanese side. I don't really know because they're all in Japan. You know what I'm saying? So I've never
Yeah.
gotten a chance to meet them.
I
But
mean, I've never been to Japan, but I follow up on it a little bit here and there. Like when I first started watching anime, my friend told me about the manga, and I read a little bit on the manga, and like the Tokyo Ghoul, like the first season, it doesn't follow with the manga at all, like at all,
it may
and it
not.
really
It was.
pisses me off.
It may not have followed the manga, but it was a good. It was a good series.
Well,
I,
the anime they made it to where like people can watch it to where it's not like a horror like show.
right.
But like in the manga, it's terrible. Like
Like
I don't remember.
it's more gruesome, huh?
It is, yeah. Like so you know how like in the end he's carrying his friend that died in the
Yeah.
very first season. In the manga, he actually eats him for energy to survive. But it
What the
it
fuck?
yeah. So that's why I don't like Tokyo Ghoul because they don't follow the script at all.
What about Attack on Titan? I don't like Attack on Titan.
You don't like Attack on Titan?
No, I never got it. I never could get into it. I just felt
The
like it was just like they had a city with the walls built up. If one of the walls went down, the giant fucking thing could just come in and
Are you all
do
caught up
it.
on it?
No,
You're not?
I
Oh,
stopped
you
watching
kind of
after a
have.
while.
So, like, the more you watch into it, I haven't really read the manga, but But the more you watch into Attack on Titan, the more you understand why they way the way things are. It tells you more about the history the more seasons you go into it.
So why exactly are there giant fucking beings, and why are they trying to eat the people? That's what I want to figure out.
So like you do you watch like Jujutsu Kaisen?
I've seen it.
Have you, are you caught up on that?
No.
Okay. Well, so pretty much they're trying to wipe out, it's kind of like COVID. They're trying to wipe out the old and build a new, like the build the a new village of strong people, like a new, I don't know.
Of these big dudes.
Yeah, just get rid of the weak and have the strong stay, and then build a new colony. Is pretty much what it is.
Damn. I don't know. I saw like they're making a movie about it, like some movie, and it just looks crazy. I don't know.
The movie, I haven't really seen the movies. I don't really watch the movies. I just like watching the anime.
Well, yeah, like they're making some new movie about it, and it's not like animated. It's like more like realistic looking,
Oh, really?
like a legit movie. Yeah,
Oh, I haven't seen that yet.
but
I've
yeah,
been
I wanted to figure out why. First off, why the fuck they were so big, and why they're just trying to eat the people in there. Like that's what
so like if you're a Titan and you eat another Titan that has powers, you get their powers,
I
and then
figure.
you mess up like the bloodline and stuff like that.
My fault. I lost you
This
for a
is how
second.
I remember.
Can you hear me still?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I'm gonna say I lost you for a second. What were you saying? My fault.
So like I think Aaron, the main character, I think he ate his dad. He had to eat like a bloodline to gain certain powers or knowledge or whatever.
So basically, they ate a bloodline to get like that.
Yeah, to unlock like secrets of the past. I don't know. It's been a
See,
minute since I watched Attack on Titan.
that shit is trippy. Demon Slayer is another good one too.
Oh my god, yes.
Demon Slayer. That's probably that's another top one right there.
Yeah. I really don't like how they make the main character like Michael Jackson, but he's kind of cute.
Duck. You said you don't like how they hold on. You said you like how they made him look like you don't like how they made him look like Michael Jackson, but he's cute.
Yeah, he's like really cute. He's like so evil, but they're not original with like the, the character. They had to copy, I guess, Michael Jackson. He looks like Michael Jackson to me, but he's like really, I crush on anime characters a lot. Like you see this guy? This guy, his name is Kirito, right? I
Yeah,
call him my husband though. You know how like some people they say like some girls in anime they're their waifu, which is like anime wife. Well, in Japanese, husbando is like anime husband, and then they
yeah.
put them on pillows and shit and sleep with them.
I've never gotten that deep because I'm like it's an anime. You know what I'm saying? I can't really see what they look like as a real
Oh,
person. So I was like,
you
I
don't
mean, I'm
watch
not knocking
hentai or
it.
nothing?
I'm not knocking it or nothing. You know, it's cool. And I see like people are like there's like a I guess there's like a kink or fetish about that. So you know,
I
cool.
like that kind of stuff. I
Yeah.
be watching a lot of hentai and like following a lot of stuff on Twitter.
You said you watch a lot of hentai.
Yeah.
I've never watched it, but I knew somebody that did, and he was like talking about how like there's octopus arms that like fuck around.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't fuck with it. Mm-mm.
No, it's still like animation cartoon. It's not real. So
I
I'm like
know, but like
I'm not watching anything real.
I wouldn't want to get beat off by an octopus. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. I feel like if there's an octopus in the mixture, it's just gonna make things very awkward. You know?
That's why it's a show. It's a cartoon.
Yeah, ain't no one gonna do that shit in real life.
Oh
Mm-mm.
my gosh.
Which is also weird because with all the fetishes and kinks out there, you would think someone would probably would wonder and try that shit.
They probably do. I'm not one of those.
That's good. That's good. So I don't know if you know who Elon Musk is. You know who he is? Rich dude.
Yeah, I've heard about him.
So my homie showed me an article that he's making these female sex robots, and they're gonna be
Oh,
released for people to buy. You know what I'm saying?
really?
Now, my first couple of thoughts was, first off, who's gonna buy this shit? Who's gonna want to like? Because what if something happens? You know what I'm saying? Like, what if you're doing something with it and then it malfunctions while you're in there? Like, it's just it's not
Oh
gonna
my
be.
god.
You know what I'm saying? And then my other thought was, okay, maybe all of these sex predators will have something to release that shit on. So that could be a good thing. And then that was that
Um,
was that was all of my thoughts right there. Because I don't know what else to think on it.
well, personally, I have trauma and PTSD with sex toys or whatever because I caught my one of my baby daddies cheating on me. He had like a it was called a pussy pocket
A pocket
and
pussy.
or whatever it's called. I don't know. And I found it in his closet and it was like this big and it
Wait,
like
so
moved and I was like grossed out by it and so I've never really fucked
wait, you
around with stuff
consider
like
you
that.
can you consider that cheating?
Well, I mean, he was also cheat on me with other people,
Oh,
but to
okay.
me,
I thought you
like
meant I thought you meant because of the pocket he was using it. That's cheating. Like I don't know.
I
That's
think like I kind of like I don't know. I kind of wrapped the whole trauma being been cheated on with him in general, but like
yeah.
I just remember he had like one of those things and yeah, I was like creeped out by it. I didn't know what the fuck it was, and I like asked like my family members like, "What is this?" They're like, "I don't know what it is."
Were
I'm
you
like, "What
waving it
the fuck?"
around and shit too? Like
I'm just like, I don't know what the fuck this is because at the time I was living with my mom and like he was like in and out of state because he was on probation. And I looked through his stuff one day and I was like, what the fuck? I don't know.
I
I
feel
just don't.
I feel like
I don't do.
you gotta be down really bad to get yourself a pocket pussy. You gotta be
For
down.
real, because like, if you have a whole ass girl, why would you need one of those things?
Exactly. Like you have the real thing right in front of you. Why would you need a
Yeah.
plastic fucking? I don't understand. Like I know what they are. I've never owned one in my life because I never needed one. But yeah, you got to be down bad.
Yeah, for real. Yeah. I know. I went into the sex store one time and I got so scared and creeped
Spencer's.
out. Oh my God. I didn't know they made so many inventions for different things. Like, I saw this little chain thing and like a little nipple box thing, and then like it would like wrap around the whole body.
So
It
so you
was
were
freaky.
so you were at Spencer's.
No, it wasn't at Spencer's. It was I don't know, some sex store here in town where I live. And
Word.
my friend actually needed something and I went with her.
Mhm.
Originally, I don't be going to stores like that because I've never experimented with anything like that. I've never done anything like that. So
Right.
I went in there and I'm like, damn, it's a whole new world out here like I didn't know about. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
fuck?
That's kind of how Spencer's is. Like I didn't never knew what store it kind of was until I went in there and it seemed kind of like the gothic type. But then you kind of go in the back and that's where they have all the sex toys and shit. Different.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell? Like you said, I felt like I was in a whole different world. Like, what the fuck is all this shit? Like,
See, I feel like the newer generation like that kind of thing.
they
And
still do probably.
yeah,
Like, I
I
don't
mean,
really keep up too
I don't
much.
think I can get into it. Like I feel like I'm super old school. Like
You
I don't
couldn't,
think I can.
like you're saying, you couldn't ever get into the kinky shit.
I don't think I can. Like there's just no, there's just too many things that I'm scared of. Like you said, like what if you stuck your thing in that robot sex doll and then all of nowhere you have no more dick? Like
Yeah,
like what if that shit happens? Hell
exactly.
no.
Like, I'm not gonna be the person to literally fuck around and find out. You know what I'm saying? That's not what's gonna happen.
Literally. Oh
Like, if
god.
I'm gonna stick my dick in anything, it's gonna be something where I know I'm gonna get. First, I'll get pleasure from it. Two, I'm gonna still have it by the end, by when I'm
You're gonna
finished.
make it out alive.
Yeah, I mean, fuck being alive. Like, if I don't have a dick, why be alive?
Oh
You could
god.
replace an arm, you could replace a leg, but I feel like you really can't replace a dick.
But what about those people who are transgender who like I don't know. I feel like
I
I don't know. I've never really like searched about that, but They like they they cut it and then they invert it and make it into a.
That's what I was told. Like it made it like inside out. Like
Ugh,
if you ever seen
I'm sorry. I
like if you ever seen the difference between an outie belly button and an innie belly button, I think that's kind of the same procedure. Like they just
For real? Oh, I
yeah.
never thought about that.
Like I said though, I haven't fucked around and found out about that. You know, so
Yeah.
I think I think that that procedure is trippy. Like I don't know exactly what they do for the procedures to do that, but whatever they do, they can make they can make them look like the
See,
gent they want to be.
that's crazy. Like technology these days, you can make a dick turn into a pussy. That's crazy.
But can they do it the other way around? Can they make a pussy look like a dick?
I don't think so. Maybe in the future.
That's what I'm also curious about. So like a female, right, who wants to be trans, wants to transition into a man. How would that work? You
I
think?
mean, they give them pills with testosterone, right?
Yeah, but does that grow them the dick, or like how do they get?
I
You
don't
know,
think it's possible.
so either way, they're just not gonna have it.
I guess so. I don't know. I've never really looked into that.
Me neither. Me neither. But somehow it happens. I don't know. I don't know. We
I
live in it.
mean, the only like venture that I've ever tried is dating a girl, and that was only for a little bit, but that's as far as I went.
Not your
There's
thing,
no, no, not my thing. I mean, I did it for like a year, but
right?
yeah, that's. I mean, that's why I went to the first date where I moved out of my hometown. I went to South Carolina to be with her. It
Yeah,
didn't really work out.
I got
Then
you.
I went back. Yeah.
That's the other thing I was gonna point out too is living again in this generation. I like face to face wise, and again, it's not knocking anybody, but I've only met females that have ventured down that road and became bisexual. So I rarely meet straight females nowadays. It seems like I'll meet like onesies and twosies, but the rest are gonna they're like I ventured down that I would do it again type deal.
I don't think I could do it again.
No, so what was like the big like no for you that really made you say like I'm not doing that again?
Um, it it was it was tough being. I I wanted to be the only one that's a girly girl. I want to be. See, whenever I dated a girl, she was obviously looking like a guy and tried to act like a guy. But when we got real, like close and personal, she was very much a girl. She had hormones like a girl. She was crazy like a girl. You know, and when not gonna lie, like when we got into arguments and stuff, like she put her hands on me because she could because she was a girl, and I didn't think that was fair. So I didn't really like that aspect of dating another girl. Having to deal with her having like lots of female friends, I didn't like that. I just,
Right. 'Cause you didn't know like if they were doing some sneaky shit behind your back type.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I didn't like that at all. I like to be the only one that's like the damsel in distress. I like to be picked up and carried away. I like to be taken care of. I like to be like the smaller one. I didn't like how she sometimes had that role. I didn't want to play the masculine role. So,
Yeah.
or the
I
dominant role.
I feel you. I think it just with that it all depends on who you meet too. Because I feel like when it comes to meeting another female as a female, like you either get the one that acts masculine and the other one that acts feminine. You know what I'm saying? So I think it could have been you didn't meet the feminine one yet. You know, who knows? But shit,
I'm
if that
good.
was a no no, then hey, it was a no go. I wouldn't want that either. Like,
Yeah, been there, done that. Not gonna do it again. That's my
right.
thought on it.
I like how you said crazy as a female. So what did you mean by that? You said crazy like
Man, see, I dated a Cambodian girl. You ever met Cambodian girls?
no, I had a Cambodian homie though.
Yeah, they're fucking crazy. You
Are
know
they?
how like so I'm half Laos, a quarter Vietnamese, a quarter white, and the Cambodian, the Laos, and the Thai, the Vietnamese community are considered like the blacks of the Asian. And so, especially Cambodian people, they can get real, they can get real gangster on you real quick. And so, and I date when I dated her, like you don't fuck around with her family or friends. If you fuck around with her, then they fuck with you. And so, like that's why I don't be going back to South Carolina anymore, cause like it's not safe. So I don't.
So, so South Carolina, you said South Carolina?
Yeah, I was in South Carolina.
Is there like a big Cambodian community out there? Or?
There is wherever I went, huge. There's even like a Cambodian temple out there for like TLC New Year, Thai, Laos, Cambodian New Year. Yeah, so it's pretty big out there. Over here, I live in like a small college town, Springfield, Missouri. There's not very many Cambodians out here. And I don't see a lot of my people like Laos people out here. I mean, there's a few Vietnamese, but not huge.
It's mainly Caucasians.
Yeah, there's a lot of white people, there's a lot of black people, but not very many Asians. So
No
that's why I
Latinos.
went.
There's no Latinos out there.
Of course there is, yeah, but
I'm about to
I
say
just don't
we
mingle.
everywhere.
I don't mingle around with them. I mean, I do have a
Yeah,
few friends.
we make good food and shit. You know, we know how to
No,
have
I
fun.
fuck with the food. I fuck with
We
the
know how to have
food.
fun.
I
Like
no.
that's why we everywhere. Because wherever we go, we find fun to do, shit to make. Simple as
Do
that.
you ever like have your like I hear a lot of people tell me that my Asian accent comes out. Do people ever tell you that your little accent come out?
I've heard it before, but I've never. I don't hear it personally. Does it come?
Really?
Has it come out a lot?
Uh, I don't think so. I've met a few people who are like they speak English, but then they speak like Mexican Spanish, like like that
I
like
like how
accent.
you
They got that
fixed
little.
it there. I like how you
Sorry,
fixed it because you about to say
sorry,
speak Mexican and leave it at that.
sorry.
No, 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 no. It's
I get
Spanish.
it. I get it. I get that a lot too. People be like, "Hey, speak Chinese to me." I'm like, I'm not Chinese, first of all.
Why is Chinese always the go-to for Asian? I never understood that.
I mean, China. Look at how big China is. It's
I,
huge.
yeah, but I mean,
I
fuck.
mean, compared to like Vietnam, Vietnam's this small. China's like this big old block up here. There's like Vietnam, there's Laos, Thailand, Cambodia. They're
Yeah,
all small, so like there's not very many
that's
of
how it
us.
is. That's how it is in the Latin community too. Like everyone, like if you speak Spanish, you're Mexican. But lucky for them, I am Mexican, so I'm like, okay. But if I was like Cuban or Puerto Rican, I'd be like, what the fuck? No, I'm not. I'd get pissed off. But
Yeah.
a lot of people, because I have lighter skin, so a lot of people do think I'm Puerto Rican or Cuban, because they're more so had the lighter skin tone of all the Latin nationalities.
People mistake me for Venezuelan a lot. So I have a Venezuelan friend who's like really light skinned, who has blonde hair. And I get it a
Really?
lot. And a lot of like Mexican people come up to me speaking Spanish and I'm like, I have no idea what you're saying when they like I don't know.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know if my accent comes out. I don't know if it came out a couple times while we're talking. I don't know. Did it
It
come
might
out?
have. It might have, yeah.
I mean, hey, yo hablo español también. Sorry, my fault. But we're about nearing the hour mark. But we have a Q&A at the end of every podcast episode, and it's only 5 questions, and
Okay.
they'll pop up on the screen here. But I pick them at random because they send a lot, so I pick them at random, and I apologize if they are like pretty on the weird side. People ask whatever the fuck they want, type deal. So let's go ahead and get the first one going.
Do you have little velitos on the back of your hands? What's velitos?
Bejitos. I
I
if
have
I
like
if I'm saying this right, because that's not a Mexican Spanish word. That sounds like Colombian,
I
but
don't
I
know,
know it
but
is. So that's kind of
they're
like.
cats and then they're in moon shapes. And then it's like
So I
black
think
and
what
white.
I think what they talking about here, if I translate that right,
What's
and this
velitos?
so in Colombia, I'm sorry, I'm gonna move this real quick. In Colombia, instead of saying pelitos, they say vellitos, which just means like little hairs, I guess. I guess you could say. So there's asking if you have that, like I guess right around here,
I shave mine.
right? But do you like? Is there like a I don't know. Like, can you still see it, like the follicles and shit? I guess is
Ye-
what they're asking.
Yeah, I mean, I see the pores.
Right. Okay. I guess that's what they're asking. I don't fucking know why. You see what I'm saying? So, let's see.
Okay.
Next one. That's a good one.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years from now? Um, 10 years. Damn, I'm gonna be 38. I see myself rich as fuck, happy as hell, and just living life, probably in a different country, because I really don't like America that much.
I'm glad I'm not the only fucking one. Thank you. No, I say that too. I say like in the next 5 years, I'm gonna be like, U.S. is on the downfall. We need to scram. We need to get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah.
Go to fucking England or some shit. Go to somewhere where there's not like where there's not really so much conflict, and they just
I want to
chilling.
go back to my home country.
I mean, my home country would be here just because I was born here. But if I were to go back to the motherland of Mexico, that's gonna be worse for me.
Well, I was
The
born here in America too, but
cartel ain't playing out there, so fuck that shit. No, no, not for me. Not for me. All right, let's see here. Man, I think I know who asked this question too.
um, what ultimately made you want to get on my boy's podcast? He actually asked me. He added me on Snapchat, asked me, and I said, "Sure, why not? Never done anything like this, so I thought I'd give it a
Which,
try."
which first off, like for one, you're cool for that. Like I like that you were open minded to the idea, like in the beginning, and you just like, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm down to just vibe out, talk about shit on a podcast. You know what I'm saying? Especially on an app like Snapchat, because I'm gonna be real, I'm not even on Snapchat like that, and if I am, I'm promoting shit or, you know, trying to find the next guest. And I don't even just use Snapchat for that. I use Instagram and TikTok too. But the fact that you were down for that, that's really cool. Because I feel like
Yeah.
Snapchat's one of those ones where it's like, no,
Yeah.
I'm just here to sell content, or like I'm just here to send streaks. Like, what the fuck are we doing? You know what I mean? So I think that was cool. I think it was cool. Like, what actually made you like agree to it though?
I okay, so like long time ago, I wanted to actually start a podcast, and my last name is Vo, and so I wanted to start the name of it called. I wanted to name it "The More You Know" with Amy Vo, but then they came out with this news channel, "The More You Know," and it like I'm
So
like, they stole my
they took,
idea.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, damn it. Yeah,
I mean, mine's called Gonzo's Convos, and there's not a lot of people named Gonzo or nickname that. That's not my name, that's my nickname, but there's not a lot of people that use that nickname. So I'm thinking for you, if you were to still start one, um, you would have to use Convo in it. I feel like,
because my last name's Vo, so yeah, it would. Yeah, it
but
would
like
go
instead of like Vo's Convos, you can say like Convo with Vo, come Convo with Vo or some shit like that.
maybe.
You know, something like that.
Yeah.
I'd have to think of more, but that's what came to my mind straight up. So
I feel like it'd be copying yours though.
not really, just cause come convo with Bo. Mine is just Gonzo's combos. I mean, yeah, there's combo in it, but that's not really copying it. If that makes sense, you
Unless
know?
you let me take it.
Yeah, it's a word. Anybody can use it. Fuck it, go away.
Sure.
You don't need my permission for it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you read that. My fault. Get away from me,
What are three words to describe the host Gonzo? Um,
motherfucker. There we go.
I would say interesting and chill and laid back.
That's how I try to present myself. I mean,
Yeah.
that's my personality, I guess. But you know, I try to bring that. I try to bring more of the chill type of vibe to my podcast. You know what I'm saying? Because I get how like people get nervous and stuff to talk on camera, to talk with people in general. And I feel like when I bring out that laid back, that chill type of vibe, it makes them more comfortable with it. Like I could tell you were nervous at first a little bit, and then you kind of got more chilled out. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
It works. All right, and then here's the last one here. That's a long ass one. What is it gonna say?
Personal experience: when my girl is upset, she covers her entire face with both her hands. What's the reason girls do this? She's probably shy, and she probably doesn't want to see, or she probably doesn't want you to see her blush. I don't know.
I just want to know what they mean by upset, like crying upset, angry upset. So
Yeah, I
like
think
okay,
so.
so like personal experience for you, I guess. What would make you do that? Like as a person.
Um, I would, I'd probably do something goofy because I am pretty weird sometimes. And if I would like say something out of line, I would cover my face out of shyness.
You
But
mean
that's
like
probably,
you mean like your mouth or like the whole face?
whenever they said that, I was just thinking this.
Right. So you would do that if you said something out of pocket.
Yeah, or like maybe something that crossed the line, or like maybe just kind of like step out. Like, say I would be talking to like a crush and like asking them like, "Hey, can I get your number?" or something like that, or I don't know, go out on a date. I'd probably be like geeking and just cover my face up. That's what I thought of first and first initially. I don't know.
I'm gonna say because I don't I don't know if it's like Disney type shit, right? Where people cover their face and cry. Like I feel like that's very Disney cartoon type shit. I don't know if people really do that in real life. Unless you do. I don't know.
It really depends. I don't know. I was
Right.
thinking of like being shy, cover my face up.
Right.
I
Okay.
see a lot of like younger generation do it on the phone though. They like show like this much when they FaceTime. I'm like, why do you do that? It's called
Yeah.
FaceTime.
Or you just see their nose and up type shit.
Yeah.
I don't see them covering their face though. I just see that like they're just hiding from the camera a little bit.
I feel like it's probably more of like a younger girl, probably just really shy.
Right. But that's what you took from that covering the whole face or like part of it.
Her entire face with both hands. See?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
They're probably just being shy.
maybe. I would have to have them whoever asked that like elaborate on that. Like how is she upset? Because upset can mean multiple fucking things. So,
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? But with wrapping up, I appreciate you coming on,
Yeah,
and
thank you. Appreciate for this opportunity.
yeah, absolutely. You know, it's a good thing you wanted to take this opportunity and wanted to get on and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And shit, keep doing the nail thing, and hopefully, I hope that you end up having your own, you know, nail salon empire. You know, in the next 10 years, because you said rich.
Appreciate it.
That's a way to get rich. You know what I'm saying?
Hell
But
yeah.
oh yeah, thank you for coming on.
Yeah, thank you very much.